What you working on, bud?
All right, so right now I cut out a top and bottom plate for what I felt would be a good dimensions for the breather box for the boat. And right now on the top plate, I'm laying out my width lines and I'm setting up the center points to drill my holes because I'm actually going to countersink the breather filters so the tops are actually flush with the top of the breather box. So I have to cut out their 3-inch diameter filters, so I'm going to cut out a 3.5-inch rounded oval out of here and then sink it down in, have a couple stubs for the filters up, and then they'll sit flush. So right now I've marked center line out and then 3.5 inches out radius, which gives me a 1/4 inch on both sides of the filter. And then now I'm gonna take my center here, give a 1/2 inch line, go 3 inches, 1.5 inches to both centers. And then I'll have my centers and I'll draw out 3.5 inch circles, hole saw those out, jigsaw straight, drop it down, build a floor plate, and yeah, just keep going from there. So yeah,
Sounds good.
We're just gonna.
So we're gonna put this right here on the boat. We're making it fit right in this area here. So we're gonna put it right there, and then Shawn's gonna put some countersunk parts in here. So we'll get that going. A little at a time.
Yeah, I gotta go 1 3/4 center lines. .5. And that pen's not showing up well. Let's put it in marker then. There we go. All right, so now I got this laid out, this oval here, that's gonna get cut out, and I'm gonna make the same shape, the height of the filters down in the deck, and then take a piece of 3.5 inch tube, cut it in half for the depth that goes, weld that in with a couple pieces of flat to the deck, and that's actually gonna close that in and sink the filters flush so it has a nice clean look. Hey Tom, can I get a break from that for just a moment? Sorry. Oh, you're good, you're good. All right guys, so I'm back here and I'm getting ready to cut the holes in here, but also while we were off right there, I also took a piece of 3-inch, I couldn't find a 3.5. So I went ahead and cut it to the depth I actually want to countersink my holes in. And then I cut the pipe in half and stretched it out to 3.5 inch wide because that's what I needed. And then I also cut the pieces that will go on the sides. These will fill in. I'll weld those together. And then I'll cut a floor plate out the same shape. And then I'll put little stubs for the filters, and you guys will see that all happen here shortly. So this is what I got prepped, got my hole ready to go. So we're gonna start cutting this piece. Yeah, you're good. If I was talking to you, I'd yell at you, "Hey, Tom!" All right, so I just got those holes cut out. So we just got these little pieces to cut out now. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut those out, and then we can start cleaning that up. Then we can actually pull out the welder and start tacking these buckets up. All right, so right now we got Tom over here. He's putting some nut certs in his little ignition box that holds all the switches. Sorry for the noise over there. Emilio's over there setting up two-step on the Hondaroo or something like that, making a whole bunch of noise. But yeah, he's got a little aluminum box here and this trick little switch holder. And he's just putting some nut certs in here. So yeah, he's got one more cert there to put in.
Gotta say thank you to Astro Tools for this bad boy.
Absolutely. I love this tool. I've been using the heck out of it.
Ah, look at the kit with all the pieces and different sizes.
Yeah, all the different manuals for all the different threads.
Gotta say thanks Astro Tools again.
For sure.
There we go. She's a beauty.
That's cool. Alrighty, time to start tacking some aluminum. Alrighty, now we got the bucket all tacked together. You can see this will get welded on here. But prior to that, I actually have to build the floor plate, which I have to weld two 1.5 inch little stubs onto it for the filters to attach. So I'll get that plate built next. And after those are all welded, I'll set that on, weld that up, and then this can go on, and that'll weld up. And then that'll be the top plate of the breather system. And the filters will just drop in and press in just like that. Yeah. And then the breather box itself will be 7.5 inches deep. And, you know, that's 3 inches, so we'll have 4 inches of depth. He's only making, you know, 1/8 mile boat pull or 1/4 mile bolt pull. So, should catch enough, hopefully. Just keep on tacking and keep on moving. Keep on going. Sho'nuff.
So now I'm going to sketch out my floor plate. Alright. So now I'll go ahead and trim that out real quick. And then I'll cut out a couple pieces of 1.5 inch, weld them on, cut the holes, weld it to the bottom.
Alright. Well, he's got done making the floor plate. And I also cut a couple 1 inch long stubs that are 1.5 inch. And yeah, they're just gonna go together like that. We're gonna tack these on real quick. Alright. Yep, now those fit like that. Filters plug on like that. And yeah, that'll be like that. Boom. And I'll end up probably trimming the rubber on the bottom of these down just a little bit, and that'll keep them exactly flush with the top. But I do that after it's all together so that I can adjust it to a nice clean height. All right. There we go, there's those stubs knocked out. And we'll go clean this up, get that all tacked together. Alrighty, so just got done welding the top plate to that lower bucket. Starting to come together. Now you can really kind of see what we're going after and building. And this of course will be the top plate to the breather box. Then we'll have a drain plug down on the bottom, you know, empty fluids. And then a couple
and fittings right here. So super simple, super clean. Get her done. Sho'nuff.
Damn, dog. Turned out good.
But yeah, it came out real nice.
Here, Shawn, keep up PFI badge. I gotta pat you in the back for that one, dog. Nice, man.
And Tom wanted just a square box.
All right, so Shawn just got the catch can mounted.
I just Cleco pinned it for now. We're gonna put some of the quick latches.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah, so we have the buckets that'll go into the fiberglass, and then we're gonna have the quick latch on
Nice.
there. And we have them in black too. So.
Turned out really cool. As you saw, I'm trying to get the razor all run right. Shawn and Tom have been over here working away on this baby. And it's coming together pretty good. We'll be out hitting the water and boating in no time.
Sho'nuff.
Sho'nuff. Some good old boys just having some fun. This is pretty cool.
Unfortunately, you know, the Subaru crowd is much more vast than the boat community.
There's a big boat thing.
You gotta piss a couple people off.
Right.
Right? I said, yeah. They're like, oh, so what are you going to put in? I said, oh, for something. And the guy goes, you're stupid, bro.
What?
He just walked away. I'm like, I don't even know this guy. So then I tell the guy who built the pump, his name is Jack McClure. He's the best. He holds every record in the country with jet pumps. And I tell Jack, I said what he said, and Jack goes, you know what, man? He says, you got to be in the click. So he says, you just don't have a click. He says, you got an eliminator, so you want to be an eliminator click. But they have eliminator click with a Chevy, eliminator click with a Ford, eliminator click with a Dodge. He said, you're just all, you get eliminator click with a Honda. So you're just an outcast in general.
You are an outcast, dude.
So I was just
Emilio's an outcast. Kyle's an outcast.
We're all outcasts.
This is the misfit land of the misfits. While I've been over there tuning on the razor, Shawn's been over here getting Tom's boat back together. He's got the new kind of up pipe back on. He's got the breather can in. He's still got a Cleco'd. He's just been running through it all. It's really coming out nice. Man, this thing looks like it's gonna haul ass. For those of you that were wondering, this is just a pop-off valve, basically a big one to release water, so it doesn't end up flipping the boat when you let off the throttle. And now he's getting ready to mount a battery, so he's building a battery box. And you just keep going and going and going, don't you?
Yeah, it's kind of almost like a engine mid plate the way it's kind of be saddled in there, because the only place I have to mount is the frame rails, because everything else is fiberglass, carbon fiber, whatever, you know, composite. So doesn't want holes in any composite, so I got a couple holes that are already existing with bolts. Just build a couple pedestals that I can bolt this to, and yeah.
That'll look awesome.
Hang some lead.
Hang some lead. That's it. But she's coming out really nice. Like I said, we're blasting out to the desert, so these guys are going to be finishing this up while I'm gone, or at least getting close, and then I'll come back and I'll finish wiring it up. But yeah, it's really looking good. Sure enough, I'll get all this stuff wrapped up and get back here and we'll get on some projects. So stay tuned, stay rad, let's have some fun, take care, see you soon.